As a Christian, I would say, personally, probably yes, because I'm waiting and I'm saving myself, so I want someone who saved their self. And then I guess from a worldly view, I would say usually the person, if they regretted it, I'm sure it could be forgiven, and it's pretty normal to have experience or whatever. So probably as long as they're with you that moment, as a girl, like you don't think he's thinking about her, you think he's thinking about you, which might not always be true, but yeah, I don't know.
I think, from the godly perspective, someday when I get married, I don't want to be thinking about the fact that since my husband had sex with another girl, I don't want to have to compare myself to her or what he thought of her or is he comparing her to me and things like that. So in that sense, I really don't want a guy who's slept with other girls. I'd like him to wait like I am. And in the world, I think the worldly perspective is completely different. I've had a lot of friends who have been sexually active, and a lot of girls are looking for guys who have been with other girls simply because they think that the experience is something to be valued. Like a guy with sexual experience is a valuable thing because he'll know how to make her feel good in bed. But
okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but seriously, if I wasn't saved, I'd rather teach a guy how I want to feel in bed rather than knowing some other girl taught him how to do it right.
I'm just saying that's what girls I know have said.
Those girls are dumb.
I would think even if a non-Christian girl didn't have sex and that he did, like, I think their standards are usually pretty low anyway, so they wouldn't really care. And they're so accepting of whatever. It's alright, you're like this. It's okay if you do this. It's fine. But, I don't know. I think later on maybe they would probably hold it against you, though. A little bit.
Oh, a girl's going to hold that against you. That's going to come up, like,
I think after they're married, if they're not Christians, and after they get married, that's when the problems will start coming up. But in their dating relationship, I think they're both just, like, fair game. Mm-hmm. They both just take whatever each other has. Because they're only thinking of each other at that moment and not, like, about their past or, like, their past sex lives.
I guess I would be very cautious, like, of diseases and stuff. I mean, because I know a lot of really skanky girls who sleep around with a lot of different guys. So, I mean, if I didn't know, like, who he had dated and he just had sexual partners, and, I mean, if I wasn't a Christian, then I would definitely be a lot more cautious because I don't want to get some disease from some guy. I mean, so I would be cautious. And like I said, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'd rather have a guy who hasn't had a lot of different partners because, I want him to think I'm some kind of goddess, like, in bed. I want him to be like, yeah, you're amazing. I don't want some guy who's, like, had all these other girls and everything, comparing me to all of them.
Yeah. I would think that it'd be, like, especially if they're sleeping around, that it's pretty careless. So how much do they actually care about this right now with me, you know?
Yeah, like, how much am I special?
It's not anything different. It's like, yeah, just have sex. Even if you are married. I don't know. It'd be really hard to put out of your mind just thinking that, you know, he thought so deeply about other girls or could do that with other girls and then, I don't know.
Well, you think, like, okay, so did you value that person, or were you just using her for sex, or are you just using me for sex?
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's how I look at it.
From a high school perspective, everything's about status and who you're with, who you're dating, and who you're dating defines how cool you are in school. And like a lot of high schoolers find their value in what their peers think of them. So if you're dating the big jock in school, then you must be the coolest girl or whatever. So I think yes.
Well, me, no. Definitely not. But I was.
Do you think it's a non-Christian?
I was not a normal person in high school, so I don't think you wouldn't put me in that category because I would never find the big jock sexy. But no, I would much rather. To me, any guy that's had lots of different girls, especially girls I'm in the same school with, who I like have to go to class with and stuff. I don't want her knowing about my boyfriend and what he likes and all this, and I don't know. I'm not going there. I would much rather take the completely inexperienced nerd on the chess team or whatever. And I would much rather have a lot of fun discovering each other's bodies with someone like that than having some guy who I could care less though about status and.
Well, I'm just saying, not even just you, but girls in general. A lot of
It'd
girls.
make you feel a lot better
across
about
the
yourself.
board. If
It'd make
you
you
know
feel
girls in high
confident,
school,
like-
girls in high school don't think like that. They don't think about
Maybe.
that at all.
Like I said, when I was in high school, I still didn't think that way, but I don't know if I'm normal.
Yeah, I can see both sides of it, but I think if it's the jock who's the senior and it's the freshman girl who wants to be accepted, she's going to think, yeah, I should have sex with him over the nerd because everybody's going to think I'm better. I should try to pursue him because he's the popular one. So I think that's where their mentality comes from. They're consumed by other people's opinions, and so they're going to go for the hierarchy of what they think is best and everything like that.
And, like, that's not, like, I mean, personally, that's not, I wouldn't go after the jock either, but that's what I've seen happen when I was in high school and what I still see happen in high school now.
But I will just say that there is hope. If you're a nerdy guy, or if you're some guy who's, like, not like that, there's plenty of girls out there who, I mean...
Girls will find they trust you more. Than your guys.
I would.
Long term.
I never found the big jocks, the popular guys who thought they were all great and all the girls liked them. I never found them attractive anyway. I found the guys that were, like, kind of did good in school and were smart and, like...
I didn't like them
I don't
until
know.
they started, like, getting a little bit closer to you. Then, yeah.
I still, even,
You know,
I guess...
as
I
a
don't know.
non-Christian, yeah. Just because of, maybe just because of the physical aspect. Most of the time they acted too studly, and that's, like...
Big turnoff.
Yeah, that's not really attractive, but until they like you, then it's like, yeah. Did nothing else mattered, I guess.
Even so,
For
if a guy
an
came at me
acquisition.
with a ton of confidence, like, I know everything about sex and I'm just going to rock your world, I'd be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Give me a break. I don't know, though. I don't know.
No, I don't think he'd come up to you and, like, say all that, and he'd probably treat you differently at 1st. Probably thinking.
I don't think
Because
so.
worldly girls are kind of stupid. Some do, but some don't, because especially, I don't know, I guess it depends on what type of girl you are.
I think I'm just more attracted to a guy that'd be a little more intimidated about sex and a little bit more, like, not quite sure what to do. Maybe I'm just attracted to nerds and, like, guys with no self-confidence. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe the inexperience is cute.